Hello, everyone, and welcome to what do we want to call this? A workshop, a class, a
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, it's like a little like Salt, Sage, and Wild Roses, the webinar.
the oh god. See, I hate the word webinar,
You don't
but
like the
welcome.
webinar?
We're so happy that you're here. Curious about salt, sage, and wild roses, curious about essential oils, curious about possibly weaving essential oils into your own business, into your own life. And that's what we're going to chat about today is kind of some of these FAQs of sorts that we get a lot of and that we know are kind of brewing. And we even asked those who have already joined Salt, Sage, and Wild Roses what questions they had as they continue to deepen their connection with the oils and their connection with possibly integrating them into their own businesses and such. So we wanted to kind of cover these and try to keep this as brief as possible. And if you have further questions, you can always reach out to us over on Instagram at Salt Sage and Wild Roses, our email, saltsageandwildroses@gmail.com. And we would love to answer those and be able to expand on them. We just want to try to keep today as if you get to know Autumn and I, we love to conversate though. So we could be here for a minute. So reheat your coffee if you need to, pause this if you have to, and just know that we're gonna unpack this. We're gonna dive in, and then we can always again expand in a part two or in DMs or something from there to answer any questions that you have. So first and foremost, thank you for being here. We're so excited to get to know you and to connect with you. I am Olivia Celine. This is my beautiful friend Autumn Bensett, and we are coaches. We are moms. Well, I'm a mom to be in a couple weeks here. Autumn is a mom to a 2-year-old. Crazy. Wives, and we run businesses online. We have for the past, 6.5 years or so, online coaching businesses, different certifications, different offerings, different services. We both have our own individual coaching businesses. And then, with Salt, Sage, and Wild Roses, it was a co-creative collaborative brand that allowed us to kind of weave in this. There's something more. There's something that we really, I mean, we're both so passionate about community and about really honest, controversial, sometimes taboo conversation with other women wanting to unpack and explore things deeper, both obsessed with liberation, with returning to yourself, with getting into your body and really healing and really getting to know yourself again and coming back to your wholeness, coming back to who you are at your core, and the freedom that that brings you and the ripple effect that that provides in every area of your life. So that's the shortest version I could possibly give you. It kind of gives me anxiety to try to wrap us up in like this little intro. Um, but I do want to say with Salt, Sage, and Wild Roses, it's a community. We have a podcast. We have what we call the Watering Well, which is our Facebook hub, our Facebook community where we connect with everyone. We do monthly gatherings where we dive deeper into conversation and kind of, again, support you in whatever's coming up for you and just gather together, which we're, again, really passionate about. And it just brings us so much joy, especially in a year such as 2020 that has been so isolating, has cracked all of us wide open. We're waking up to things. It can feel really overwhelming. So we really wanted to kind of create this safe haven, this vessel online that you're able to plug into from anywhere in the world, be seen, be supported, be cherished, be celebrated, be honored, and sit together, having these really beautiful, expansive conversations. So why we chose essential oils, very briefly, we both already have thriving coaching businesses. Again, we've been doing this. We're not new to this. This is something we've been doing online for 6.5 years, but we sat down earlier this fall and we're kind of just like, God, there's something more brewing here. There's this deep call back to like the divine feminine nature of us and this like very medicine woman archetype. This, I want to get back to nature. I want to get back to my home. I want to get back to, as women, we're the gatekeepers of the home. As moms, it's so important of how am I raising this next generation and, doing so in a really holistic way while still enjoying life. We're not, I mean, Autumn loves her Pepsi. I love my Cabernet when I'm not pregnant. And so like, we're not about,
Mhm.
stripping you of freedom and life and, enjoyment, but really like, how are we being really mindful of the products we bring into our home and how we raise our children in this consciousness that kind of we're continuing to expand into and ascend into, opening our eyes to this year, really kind of reclaiming our power and being like, holy crap, how can I take my power back in my home? And then knowing again that ripple effect from there, how that affects our children and the next generations and, health and well-being and vitality and our spiritual connection and all of these different pieces, our energy, our relationships, our sex lives, like everything from there. and essential oils, the plants, right? Getting as close to the earth as possible, getting our hands in the dirty, rich soil, and being able to do that in a really tangible way was essential oils. And so with Salt, Sage, and Wild Roses, we do plan on creating some of our own products at one point as well. We've got some ideas brewing and some things we're working on, which we can't wait to share with you. But for now, we were like, we want to get started now. Like, we want to create this community. We want to get things in people's hands that can start transforming their lives. And partnering with essential oils made the most sense and kind of fitting all of those desires that we were really feeling called to on such a deep cellular soul level. So we decided to partner with Young Living, and here we are. We both have previous experience in network marketing, and we talk about that on our podcast. You can check out that episode because there were some great parts about it and some not so great parts about it. So we definitely share how we're doing this differently this time, and we'll talk about that a little bit today as well.
Yeah. So as Olivia mentioned, that we decided to partner with Young Living. And so when we decided to start bringing in oils into our already thriving coaching businesses, we really took time to be very intentional. We had many conversations back and forth with the company that we wanted to partner with. We had been a part of another company and we have used their oils and we love them as well. And so there were a lot of things that we brought into consideration and we did not take this decision lightly. So we wanted to share this with you because I do think that it's important for you to also feel into this for yourself. Make sure that you're partnering with the company and with the people that feel in the most alignment for you. So why did we decide to choose Young Living? Like, why were we called here? And what are the values of the company? So first and foremost, we really love the quality of Young Living products and we loved the variety, like the amount of products, the amount of accessibility, how many things that you really can utilize to start switching out products in your own home is vast. Like, it's absolutely incredible. And I know I was even blown away. I was like, holy shit, like there is so many products here. And you can literally swap out anything, even your cooking materials, how your pancake mixes, certain supplements and makeup. And all of that was a huge no-brainer to me. They have like a seed to seal. I don't know what you'd want to call it, if it's like a motto, like a stamp, like how they really operate and what they stand by within their company, which really means that Young Living is a part of the process from seed to seal. So they don't put out anything that they're not 100% behind and 100% okay with. And I very much value that integrity that people have within their company where they're a part of the process. They're like all hands in. They're not distributing every piece of it and they're not really involved in the process and knowing what that quality is that you're having in your products and that you're using in your home and you're using with your children. Like, this is a very important piece of the puzzle and the vision for me and Olivia and why it is that we decided to join with Young Living itself. They also contribute and give back to some really beautiful charities and organizations that we stand behind and that we really are passionate about. So all of these little pieces here were really important to us when we were making this decision. And again, this was over many conversations. We really unpacked this. And there were a few other things that we looked at. So I'm just going to read this to you so then you actually hear it straight from me. You can actually Google it. You can go right to their website and you can search this up yourself. But again, joining a company that's very integrous and that we align with their vision and their values and their mission was incredibly, incredibly important to us. And I hope you hear our heart and how important that was to us. So their mission is that they honor our stewardship to champion nature's oh my gosh, I can't even talk right now. They honor our stewardship to champion nature's living energy, essential oils, by fostering a community of healing and discovery while inspiring individuals to wellness, purpose, and abundance. And they have 7 core values. The first one is focusing on the member first, which we fully stand behind. Embracing Young Living's products and lifestyle, which again is so important that you're loving the products, that you're utilizing them, right? I don't think that there's anything more icky than promoting things that you really don't care about, that you don't love, that you don't fully get behind. Three, having a positive attitude. And of course, we in this space honor all of your humanness, all of your emotions. And also, we love that they want to infuse that energy of positivity and love and just like this uplifting frequency.
Mm.
Four is exhibiting personal integrity. Five, welcoming and change. Six, exercising good judgment. And seven, communicating effectively. So, again, these were all core values that when we read them and we felt into them in our body, we're like, this feels so good. And these are the kind of values that we can get behind when we're partnering with a company.
Yeah, beautifully said. And that's, again, like you said so beautifully, something you need to feel into for yourself. So, really looking at different companies and researching them on your own, we highly recommend that. We don't ever want you to do anything that doesn't feel truly aligned for you and
Mhm.
truly good for you. And that's not something you're going to find in the mind logically. It's going to be something you feel in the body. So, if you have more questions about that, we're happy to share. But yeah, we have nothing bad to say about other companies or anything like that. Just be really mindful of what feels good for you and what lines up with your values as well. So, another big question that we get, are there costs? Are there fees involved? There are a few different ways that you can join Salt, Sage, and Wild Roses. Okay. The first one is that you can join as a customer with essential oils. So, you can get started with your premium starter kit, which gives you like the most popular oils that you literally can use for so many different things. We have a class on it as well to teach you of how to start incorporating the oils so you're getting the most benefits from them. And then from there, you get 24% off of all future purchases. You're technically then like a member of Young Living, and you get everything from Salt, Sage, and Wild Roses. So, our monthly gatherings, our resources, access to the community, being in conversation with us every day. That's all kind of a bonus that comes with these tangible oils that you're going to get in your hands. The other way you can join is to build a business. So you get the kits, you're joining as a member, you're joining as a customer, right? And then from there, you can plug into what we call our biz hub, our business hub, our little portal of sorts that we have on Facebook, where we have videos walking you through how to create a brand, how to soulfully sell, how to, do this in a really, again, integrous way, in a really aligned way, in a really, this feels good for me. It's not icky and scammy and sleazy, because we do not stand behind that at all. Different things like that. So you can get access to that as well, and then have an option to either just get your own products covered every month by just earning maybe a little bit and sharing it in a really kind of hands off, very minimal way, or you can go all in and have this crazy earning potential, which we're going to talk about in a little bit as well. Of course, like disclosure, you have to work for it. It's not given to you, and everyone's experience is different, but it's crazy, the earning potential within residual income and commissions and team and all of that you're able to build through a network marketing company as well. So you have that option too. You can even add it as, whether it's just essential oils that you work with, and then that's your business, or maybe you are like us, you're a coach, you're a healer, you're a therapist, and you really want to start utilizing these with your clients and your business and your work, and your mission. And we can really share with you again how to do that in a really beautiful way, like we're doing, where it's like a leg of your business versus the entire business. And then another thing that we added kind of in here, if essential oils are something you're still feeling into, but you're like, God, like I'm craving community, I'm craving conversation, I want to be a part of this, you can also join our Salt, Sage, and Wild Roses community for $50 a month USD. That's it. You don't even have to touch essential oils. This community, the thing that sets Autumn and I apart, which again we're going to talk about in a bit, but one of the things that makes us different when you sign up with us with your oils or no oils versus someone else in the Young Living space, our zhuzh is community and coaching and conversation and safety and being able to come together and be able to hold all of this beautiful nuance and these differences. And that's really, really important to us. So some people are like, I'm not quite on essential oils yet, or I already have essential oils with another Young Living rep or maybe with a different company. We honor that, we respect that, we don't do anything icky here. It's not about trying to like steal things or do anything that could, because again, that's not even allowed. So we would stay with them with for your oils, and you can always join our community for the $50 a month as well, and kind of have the best of both worlds. So that's always an option as well. So you do, as far as kind of costs involved, so there's the original starter kit that gets you to become a member, right? Super easy. Again, you get all of these things. You get a diffuser, you get the 12 most popular oils, all of that. tons of resources and you plug in. Okay. And the premium starter kits are about $165 USD. So you can get them all over the world. I'm not going to go into conversion rates because sweet baby Jesus, we'd be here forever. That's not my jam. But we can definitely get you started with a kit and to kind of get started and dive in. Now, if you do want to build a business, you do have to have 100 PV every single month. What that means is 100 PV equates to about $100 USD or so, roughly. And that is PV is like a number of volume assigned to every product. So, like, my sacred mountain might be 30 PV, or it might be, like my calm might be, I don't know, 70 PV or something. So everything's attached to a specific number, and that 100 PV. Basically, what this shows is it shows Young Living that you're serious about building a business. You're not just kind of like, let me see how much money I can make and rob people. You're using the product. So you're in integrity of like, I'm implementing these in my life. I'm not just someone who's like, oh yeah, peppermint's great. Oh yeah, orange is awesome. Oh yeah, abundance is killer. Yeah, I get that. It's like I'm using them. You're embodied in this, which again, that integrity is so important. So trust me, the 100 PV is not hard to do when you fall in love with them. When you start swapping certain products out in your home, it's like, oh shit, like I'm out of hand soap, or I'm out of my household cleaner, I'm out of my foundation, or I'm out of my lemon and my lavender. Like I get lemon and lavender every single month because I'm using it for everything. So when you're actually using the products, it's not hard to get to 100 PV. And you can also put it on what's called an essential rewards order. So what this means is that every month you get kind of this monthly wellness box, is kind of like what Young Living calls it, where it's a recurring order. Now, every month you get to customize that order. You're not getting the same oils or the same products every single month. There might be some where you're like, yeah, I'm literally going to get those every single month because I'm out of them. But there's other things where one month I'm like, oh, I have like a leftover PV. I really have been wanting to try gratitude, in that blend. So I'll add that to my cart. Now, these are coming kind of in this, like I said, the same day every single month. And so you're able to customize that order and get them delivered right to your home. There's free shipping over 100 PV, so you're not paying for shipping. And then you also get rewards by getting points back. So kind of like if you have a credit card and you spend a certain amount and then they're giving you like 10% cash back on every purchase, very, very similar. So with the with the essential rewards order, you're getting this monthly order, you're spending the money anyway, you're getting a percentage back, and it's a really like a loyalty kind of reward. It's like, okay, you're a consistent customer. Here's how we want to reward you. So in the first 3 months, you get 10% back. So you get that money literally directly in your account as account credit, and you can get free products with it by using it as you would regular money, right? From months 4 to 24, you get 20% back. And then after 25 months, you get 25% back. So you could either look at it as like my products become even more discounted, or I have all of this account credit and I can start to buy things and basically get either free products or try things that are maybe a little bit spendier, but I've really been wanting to try it. And then it's basically a free product that you're getting, which is really awesome. So again, you can then redeem those points for the free Young Living product that you want. Now, the other cool thing is when you're on Essential Rewards, and you stay consistent with that, you also get free product anyway. Like they send you, like I'm getting, I don't know what's coming in this order, but for my last 3 consecutive months of being on Essential Rewards, I'm getting free product. I don't know what it is yet. And so I get this kind of like monthly promo of sorts. And then too, if you spend a certain amount of PV every month, Young Living is also throwing in free oil. So Autumn just got another Christmas spirit. Last month I got a gratitude and abundance oil for, going to a certain amount of PV. So there's just all of these killer, the easiest way to explain it is rewards, cash back, free product. So there are definitely so many benefits besides just like, oh, you have to order 100 PV, and it's like as simple as that. So the other thing I would say with that is the thing I loved about Young Living is that they take care of everything for you. There's no inventory that you need, no startup costs besides your kit that is giving you product. So it's not like you have an additional fee. There's not additional, monthly fees like there was with our last network marketing company. I don't have to have, I know with like a leggings network marketing company, you had to buy like all of these leggings and you have them all in your house. And like you have to take out a loan and like kind of bring in all of this product. You don't do any of that. Young Living takes care of everything for you. All you do is help people get signed up with your referral link if you're sharing it from a really beautiful space of like, I'm just passionate about this, and sharing it. And then they get signed up with you, you earn a commission. And we'll go into that in a little bit. So once they create their account, your customers, your members, they'll have a Young Living account and everything is taken care of from there. Now, something that we do is that if there is a customer issue, we will take that on of like, let me contact customer service for you. You don't have to do that. They can reach out to customer service themselves. But I just feel like it's kind of a nice touch of like, here's a beautiful thing. Like, you got signed up with us. Let me take care of you just as I would if it was my own brick and mortar business or my small shop. So, yeah, I think that was everything.
Beautiful. Beautifully said.
I'm out of breath now. Oh,
Nope.
I will say one more thing. Transfer buying. So something else that is really a beautiful thing to say with this is that when I looked at my 100 PV, what Joe and I started to do was, it wasn't just like I was ordering all these random ass essential oils every month where I'm like, abundance, gratitude, whatever. Those are beautiful. But that was just such a small thing. Or like, oh, I was just diffusing the oils, like, and that was all I was using them for. Transfer buying is when like the things you're going to buy at Walmart, Target, Amazon, the store anyway, like hand soap, household cleaner, laundry detergent, toothpaste, deodorant, that kind of stuff, you transfer by then buying it from your Young Living store so that you're getting money back on it. It's products that are made all natural from plants, like as close to the friggin' earth as you can get. So they don't have all the chemicals and the toxins in them. And you get to kind of do that. And so it's not like you're buying more things or adding on more cost every month. In fact, you're saving money over time, because even like one bottle of Young Living laundry detergent, I can take that. It's so freaking potent. It's so, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not diluted. What's the opposite of that? Concentrated, that you can split it into 3 different 32-ounce bottles and cut it. And then you're basically getting like so many more loads out of like this little bottle of laundry detergent. Same with the household cleaner. I make a bottle of household cleaner that's like 20 ounces. And there's like, I don't even know, like 15, 20 bottles worth in this one bottle of cleaner that cost me like $15. So it's like over time, the money kind of works its way out where it's like, oh, I'm either saving money or I was already buying these things anyway, so I'm going to buy them from myself. So it's kind of cool. You get to kind of have your own shop and buy from yourself, which I really enjoy as well.
I'm glad that you remembered to share that, because it's such a huge benefit.
Yeah.
So another question that we get a lot here is, what is the commitment like? What is required of me? I'm already a mom and I have a career and I'm busy and I have a coaching business and I have all these other places that require my energy. They require my time. They require my presence. So what's required of me with this? How do I already weave this into the things that I'm already committed to? Because it feels like a lot. And I will say, I hear you, right? Like, I totally hear you. And that's why me and Olivia come and share and support you in the way that we do. We want you to feel really good and we want you to feel really supported in you. I don't know if balance is really 100% possible, but for you to feel like you can give and honor your capacity for energy in all of the areas that you are committed to. We don't want anything taking from anywhere that you aren't feeling aligned with or excited to show up to, or feeling like, okay, I have the capacity, I have the space, I have the time, and I have the energy for this. So there is definitely, the energetic commitment and the time commitment, but at the end of the day, you get to show up for what feels really good for you. There is no time commitment. There is no energetic commitment. There's no, you have to post in here this many times a day, or you have to do, like, there's no shoulds. Okay. There's no pressure by any means. This is really, again, about coming back to your body and checking in with you and what feels in alignment for you and your energy and the space that you have open and available in your life. You might be able to have a lot of space to show up and support your group, or have a podcast, have an Instagram account, and like do all the things, and you might not, right? And so even in our business hub itself, we have resources, we have trainings, we have support here. Me and Olivia are available. And so as these things are coming up for you, where you might be feeling that pressure, you might be feeling pulled, you might be feeling like, okay, I have to do this to equal this, we're going to support and walk you through that. So then you can feel really good again in doing what honors you and honors your family and honors your energetic capacity, because we don't want you to be burning yourself out or over giving and overextending yourself just to make a dollar. That does not like that. That's not the way that we do things here.
Mhm.
So something you can also do as well, eventually, as you are seeing yourself increase your income and have more of that capacity and those resources to allocate towards this, is bringing in support, right? You don't have to do it all yourself. So
Mhm.
it might look like on the house side of things, if you have a lot of other things that are taking up space and time, and those are also commitment, like cleaning your house and your children and taking care of them and your lawn and all of these things, you can hire in a house cleaner, you can hire in a babysitter, you can hire someone to take care of your lawn and take care of your garden, you can get your groceries delivered to your home if that's not something you're already doing. Like there is ways. You can even bring on an assistant, you can bring on somebody to support you with the back end of things, outreach, organizing your business, and managing that kind of stuff. So again, me and Olivia are here to support you in
Mhm.
helping you feel into what is taking up a lot of this time and space, what is feeling really heavy, and what is the capacity and the resources that you have that you can allocate to being supported in some of these areas of your life. So then you can free up some of this time, you can free up some of this space if that feels in alignment for you. You don't have to do any of those things because you
Mhm.
might really enjoy doing those things. But if you feel like, okay, I'm capped here and I'm wanting to grow, just know that you don't have to do everything yourself always. Again,
Right.
there's no pressure. There's no shoulds. There's no, you have to commit to this much. This much is required of you. There's none of that icky energy. We really want you to honor your capacity, really taking note of how things feel in your body, really taking note of how they feel in your schedule and in your life, how your family's navigating that, if all your needs are being met, if you're being taken care of, and really allowing yourself to have permission to make this work for you, right? Not making it work for me and Olivia, not making it work for other people and what you think it needs to look like for you to have the success that you want, but really allowing yourself that permission to know that your needs get to be met, you get to take care of you, and you get to also have this business and weave it into your other business, whatever your situation is, you get to have it. But it might be an hour a week you have, and it might be 10 hours a week that you have. And whatever your situation is, it's perfect for you.
Mhm.
So
And we have a
please,
whole training on that in our business hub because it's so
yes.
important to us is that again, if you're being called back to the home and to, space and to
Mhm.
experiencing and living your life and like soaking up your kids and your family and your partner, like that's something we're super passionate about. That was part of why we created Salt, Sage, and Wild
Mhm.
Roses. So of course we're going to support you and like why are you doing things that you hate or why are you feeling this pressure or where is this
Yes.
trauma located in your body around I have to be super productive and do all the things like no you don't like
Mhm.
how can this actually fit into your life versus trying to fit your life into your
Yes.
business. Trust me, we've tried it both ways and I much prefer fitting my business into my life versus trying to fit my big ass beautiful life that I love
Mm.
into my business. You get to create your business model.
Amen.
Mhm.
Yes to this. So this is again just the thing that might take up some time, right? Is learning about the oils themselves, creating content and really connecting with your community. But again, it gets to be as little or as much as you want. You can plug in with your people. You can actually plug your people into our community and our resources as well. So if you do feel called to create your own stuff, you want it to be yours, you have your own vision, you have your own voice, like you have these things that you really feel called to bring into the world. Like this was really passionate. Like I was really behind this. I really wanted to create our own specific business resources to support you guys in doing this differently because we had been through this before where that was not the case. That
Mhm.
might not be your zhuzh. Like you might not be down for that. That might not be something that excites you and where you're rushing out of bed to create these kinds of resources. And
Mhm.
that is okay. If you don't have the space and the capacity and the time and all of the things in your life to honor you creating your own community and all your own resources and all of your own stuff, even in the beginning, maybe down the road you feel called to it. But just know that you have us, you have the Salt, Sage, and Wild Roses community, you have our business hub, and you can literally take your team, you can take your people, take your humans and plug them right into our resources. So then you don't have to take that on as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this gets to be a team effort. It's a
Yes.
community that we're building, not, good luck to you. We're
Yeah.
not about chat about in one of the questions in the future that we've got like towards the end where we talk about
Mhm.
the ongoing support and what that looks like. So, basically too, like Autumn said, of like, how is this different? I mean, she made so many beautiful points around like how we're doing things differently again, because we have a past with network marketing, because there are certain aspects that we just both cannot get down with. So if you're having that same feeling of like, I've had experiences with network marketing before, it feels super icky,
Mhm.
it feels scammy. Is this one of those pyramid schemes? Like, I don't know why we're still addressing that in 2020. I feel like that's a question that we've basically beat a dead horse at this point with like how pyramid schemes are actually technically illegal. So why are we still having this conversation? But I get it. It's something that's out there and it's being regurgitated without even really fully understanding what a pyramid scheme is. And so I do want to briefly touch on that
Mhm.
because I know that it can bring up that feeling of like, this feels like, ew, is this one of those weird things? So again, Autumn and I are so passionate about doing this differently. And if you want to hear more about our past with network marketing, we have a whole podcast of how and a video in the Business Hub around how to heal past network marketing trauma. And we talk so much in depth about this. So I'm not going to go into that. But for us, it was so important for us to do this from a really trauma informed. We're both certified in trauma work, somatic experiencing. So really getting you into your body, really tapping into your own personal sovereignty, into your own autonomy, into your own agency around here's who I am. Here's what feels good to me. If I belong to myself, if I am responsible for my boundaries and my energy and my experience, how can we
Mhm.
honor that? We are all about honoring you as this divine, powerful, sovereign being that you are, not being a cookie cutter or duplicating what we're doing or trying to make it look like we have it look like you get to be living your own experience. And we rally for that. We actually fight for that. We hold safe, sacred space for you to explore who am I on like a deep level and what do I ultimately desire? And when I strip away the labels and I heal the trauma and I move the shit out, like what is my core essence? Like, and getting to know that, what is my energetic signature? What is my medicine? What is my divine mission? What is it that makes me feel alive? How does this fit into my life? Like all of these different things that we explore together. I do believe that's a huge aspect of what makes us different. Of course, in the Business Hub, we're like, here's how we created a brand, and here's what we're passionate about, and here's all these different pieces of how we're doing it. But ultimately, you get to decide how you do it. You can take what you want, you can leave the rest. We aren't banging down your inbox of like, where are you with that rank? And what are you doing over here? And why didn't you get your, people signed up this month? Like, we don't operate that way. Like
Mhm.
Autumn said, there's no pressure. There is never any pressure. What feels good for you? So, how is this different? Exactly that, because that was not our experience before. We had these long ass to-do lists that were kind of regurgitated. It was like this, here's the duplicatable cookie cutter model and go message 10 people a day and go build relationships, but like do it in a way to like check it off your to-do list and like put people in a funnel and weird shit like that we're not into and we do not subscribe to that. So network marketing in 2020 to us is all about sovereignty. It's about belonging to yourself. It's about personal power. It's about really being attuned to what your body and your energy feels most aligned for you and what resonates with you. And then leaving the rest of it out, trusting that the energy speaks louder than words. And people feel you and they're going to feel your embodiment and they're going to feel your passion and they're going to feel your story and they're going to connect with you as a freaking human, not from like what I'm regurgitating online to like try to make a sale. We
Mm.
do not operate that way. So we have a whole we're going to go into kind of selling and soulful selling in a second here. I'm going to have Autumn go into that. But we have a whole kind of all these resources in the Business Hub of like, okay, let's again tap into how can I sell from my soul? How can I build this in a really heart-centered, human-centered way versus looking at people as numbers or a to-do or a should or trying to like corral people or convince or manipulate people. Like we don't subscribe to that bro marketing. So 2014, ew. People are humans, they're not numbers. And so how can we really connect with people in that way and share what we're passionate about again in a way that feels really good for you?
Mm.
So of course, like the whole pyramid thing, if you look at a team, of course it looks like a pyramid. I mean, it's like one person has to get started, multiple people start under them, and from there, so on and so forth. But it's not a scheme. First of all, again, pyramid schemes in the actual definition of them are illegal as hell. So that's not going to happen, because this is a bit, I mean, Young Living, that's the other thing we loved about it, was it's an established business. It's been around for years. It's not like this brand new thing that we're trying on. It's been around, it's established, it has credibility, there's a foundation. They've worked out a lot of the kinks that a new startup company is going to have. So with that being said, they looked at the network marketing model and were like, this benefits the most people. It's like affiliate marketing. You're already sharing shit you're passionate about, so you might as well be getting paid for it. So they're giving you like a slice of it. And then as we're building a team, we're all earning together. But it's not schemy and it's not scammy, because it's not, again, it's not like signing you up and then being like, good luck to you, bye, let me go make the money from you. Or it's not me banging down your inbox door of like, you better get this person signed up so that we can make money for our team. Like, it's not about that. You contribute what you want. Everyone's making money on the team. Everyone's building that kind of residual income together, which again, we'll talk about in a little bit here. But we support each other. We desire to be in community and connected and gather and support each other, celebrate each other, honor each other, witness each other, hold space for each other. And so that, to me, I'm like, how could that be schemy? How could that be scammy? There's no competition. There's no jealousy. There's no, like, you could outrank any of us. Like, you could out earn any of us. Like, you're not stuck where you are. You have the same exact capacity, possibility, and potential that anyone else on the team has. I look at it as we're kind of building this soup of sorts, and every person we all sign up, and every, as we're all buying products, we're like throwing it into the soup, and we're all getting to eat the soup at the end of the night. That's how it works. So I loved that. I loved like the community and the support and the teamwork, the sisterhood of this type of business, because building an online coaching business can be really isolating and really lonely. And this we get to do together. So I will say the one other thing that I love that's unique to Young Living is that basically, strategically, you can place members in your downline. And so I could technically, like, for example, Autumn had signed up with me because I was already signed up when we decided to start Salt, Sage, and Wild Roses. So she signed up with me. I can place people, I can strategically place members in different areas. So I could place people under her. I could place people under someone else that signs up with me. Autumn can do the exact same thing. You can do the exact same thing. So they enroll with you, but then you're placing them under someone else. So this is, again, helping everyone, and we're all able to grow together. So when those above you are doing well, it's actually benefiting you. It's actually helping your business. And of course, like everyone that's joining this team, it's, again, we're putting everything into the soup, and we're all getting to indulge in like the, delicious soup at the end of the night, and support our families and support our well-being and support our income. So it's a team thing. And you can always, again, you have limitless potential of being able to outrank or out earn anyone. You're never stuck somewhere. You're never kind of squashed on. And that was something that was important to me based on our last network marketing experience. Is there was really a chance you could be placed in a really weird spot and you're fucked, and you're kind of just like, you're stuck there and you could make zero money. But what I've loved about Young Living is that everyone has this beautiful opportunity, and no, it's not too late. There are plenty of people out there that have no idea what the hell essential oils are, or they're not consistent on them, or they're not really integrating them, or they're inactive and they haven't bought something in years. Like, there's so much opportunity. This world is a very big place, and you can get oils basically anywhere. So really, like, you have so much opportunity. It's just, again, what do you want to make it? What fits into your life? What feels good for you?
Yes, yes, yes. Beautifully said. So now another piece that comes up a lot for people when they're joining, when really I find that this happens even if people are starting a coaching business, but coming into network marketing, like, this is such a common thread, a common concern, a common feeling, common fear is, I'm not a salesperson and selling makes me feel gross. And I want to jump in with this and say selling is not bad. Selling is beautiful. But what I will honor here is that you had a bad experience either selling or being sold to. you were in an experience where either you were being sold to and you felt like a number, you felt like the person on the other end didn't care about you. I mean, I've had people who just reach out to me and I can tell that they haven't gotten to know me, they haven't tried to cultivate a relationship, and they have no idea like what I need and what I'm desiring and what I'm looking for before trying to get me to do something or to sell something or to get them into a specific opportunity. And I know how that made me feel, right? That made me feel like I wasn't valued or I wasn't important and I was just a number. And I get it, right? Like these incidents, these experiences, they impact us and they leave this imprint on us, making us feel like, ooh, something's wrong with selling. But
Mhm.
nothing is actually wrong with selling. Selling is it's a beautiful experience where we can exchange energy with people, where we can allow ourselves to give contribution and medicine and community and support and love and products and resources in exchange for us having our energy being taken care of, through having our needs met, through having and making money. And this is something that I'm going to go through in the Soulful Selling actual training inside of the community, which if you have another business as well, like this will beautifully infuse to all of that. It won't just be applicable to network marketing and growing your business with oils.
Mhm.
However, it will definitely support you in here because it's why I'm creating it. But this is going to help you really sell from your soul. It's going to help you do this through a trauma informed lens. Um, we can look at it as like sharing as well, like sharing as selling rather than even like sharing versus selling. Because again, like I think that they get to coexist together, right? You get to share, right? It's as simple as sharing what you love. I don't know what the difference is, honestly, between you loving an article of clothing, you loving workout clothing, you loving supplements, you loving, maybe it's like a mattress company or it's whatever it is that you're falling in love with. You talk about it, you have a referral link, somebody signs up for it, and you make a commission. Like the only difference is that their business model is different. At
Mhm.
the root of it, it's I love this product and I'm aligned with it. I use it in my own home. I use it on me. I use it in my life. And so you're sharing about it. And word of mouth marketing is one of the best ways to market today. It is
Mhm.
people trust people, right? You've cultivated a relationship, you look at the reviews on an Amazon order and you see, okay, like people love this book. People love that. Like I do this all the time. If I'm going to go buy something, I look at all the reviews.
Mhm.
And that's the only difference is that person on the other end, I can't go and use a referral link to give them a commission for them sharing how much they loved that product. So this is all this really is like this gets to be one and the same. You get to share and sell, and you get to use this by infusing your own energy into this, making sure that you are feeling into your body around how you feel when you're talking about this product, when you're talking about the experience, when you're talking about this contribution, when you're feeling into your values, when you're feeling into your vision, when you're feeling into why you are called to bring this into your business or as a business on its own. Your energy that you're infusing into it is shifting the energy and the frequency that other people are feeling when they experience you, and they experience what you have to say about it, and they experience the opportunity, and they experience just hearing about the products and how you're using them in your life. Like we all can think in our mind right now a time where we've seen that energy be really, really icky and you could feel that in your body. And then somebody who's doing the exact same thing with the same company, but their energy infused to it, their intention, their vision behind it is so different. And you can feel that. And that leaves an imprint on your heart. It's not about the product, it's not about the company, it's not about the business model, it's about you and your energy. Your intention that's infused into it. So it's really just as simple, again, as like sharing your referral link for the products that you love.
Mhm.
Just like I was kind of saying, like, you might love a favorite toothbrush and then you're sending them that link. You might love a podcast. Me and Olivia do this all the time. We're like, we love this podcast. We love this episode. And we share that with each other. And so, can you allow that to be the foundation of you building this business as well? And you looking at selling and how you're looking at connecting people and building these relationships to the products
Mhm.
and to the resources, to the community that either you're cultivating on your own or that we have here with Salt Sage and Wild Roses. And of course, like, your business is going to grow faster the more ways that you share about it. Right? Like the more that you want to talk about it, the more ways that you're getting it in front of more eyes, you're connecting more people with it, right? It'll probably grow a little faster because you're getting more eyes on it, more ears on it, more people in relation to it. However, we want you to always be making sure that you're doing this in a way that feels really genuine and really comfortable to you, right? So there's no pressure from me, there's no pressure from anyone else on your team or in your life or anybody else for you to do it any different. We really, really want you to honor what you need, your capacity, what makes you feel excited to show up for. We want you to feel good about the work that you're here to do and how you're contributing this to the world. So yeah, just like, again, inside of the actual business hub itself, I'll go into a whole training on this to walk you through, but I just wanted to kind of dip your toes into this topic, help you feel supported, help you feel seen, that that selling doesn't have to be this icky, pressured, just bad experience that reflects something that you've had in the past, right? We don't want to infuse our past experiences and the things that we've had before and infuse that into the future. So even going into the network marketing trauma PTSD episode that we had on the podcast, episode 006, that one would be really supportive. Like feel into the energy, feel into like the somatic experiences and the like examples that we gave you on the actual podcast, and utilize that even around this, right? Feeling into what didn't feel good for you around selling, and knowing that you get to have a different vision, you get to do this differently as you're connecting people with this in your life this time around, if you've done this in the past before.
Boom. Yes, 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 yes. So, how do you grow? What's the earning potential like? What's the return on investment? I will be super, super, super honest with you. And the first piece is when the first question is just, how do I make money? That's not a bad question. But before we even get to that question, I would love to invite you to instead kind of look at this of how do I just start to incorporate oils, right? How do I start to create a relationship with, to connect with this product, these tools, these plants, before I'm just like, oh, how can I sell them? Because again, embodiment and integration, people feel energy. People buy with energy. People buy with their feelings. They want to feel connected and relatable to you and your story. And I'm going to go into this in the business hub. I have a whole training on embodiment and integration. So we'll go into it deeper of, okay, well, how do I do that? And again, that can apply to any area of your business and life, and essential oils if you want it to. But we want you to have an embodied experience and connection with these tools. It is so important to us that you are not just regurgitating, you're not just telling people what they want to hear or copy and pasting from a website. Like, what is your connection? What is your relationship to these tools? How have they transformed your life, right? And everyone has a story with essential oils, right? Whether it's in your life or your health or your children or your spiritual practice, like there was an oil that did something for you and you're like, holy shit, this stuff actually works. For me, it was peppermint. It was like, oh my God, like this helps my headaches in massive ways. And I don't have to pop an Advil and a Tylenol. No judgment if I've had to do that as well. But like the peppermint oil helps me so much. And I'm like, again, why wouldn't I share that then? Why wouldn't I tell people about that? Just as I would a podcast that changed my life, like Autumn said. So really creating a story and crafting a relationship is really important to us in the beginning, especially. And again, we're going to go deeper into that inside of the business hub. So the truth is like, okay, how do I grow? How do I earn then? Once I have this story, I have this relationship, I've started to utilize these. Now I want to start sharing them because again, it's like you get that kind of bug of like, oh my God, like I have to tell everybody about this. This is so freaking rad. And so from there, the easiest way to explain it is you're just sharing your referral link. Like I mentioned earlier, you're simply sharing it and helping people get their starter kit so that they can begin to implement the oils, and they can also start to get 24% off of the wholesale price. So they're saving money. Again, it just makes sense, especially when you look at transfer buying and all of these different ways that you're using oils in your life. So as far as the earning goes, you get a $50 commission for every premium starter kit. And if the kit is on sale, you might earn a little bit lower than that. There's also other kits that you might just get some commissions on that's a little bit less than $50. And then from there, as you enroll people, so they got their starter kit, you've gotten your $50 commission to get started, right? As they reorder, you're making a commission. So again, it's like any other freaking business. It's just a different business model. So you're earning that commission then. It's the same thing as affiliate marketing. I'm passionate about this, trauma certification that I took. Autumn's, did you sign up through me? Or no, you signed up through Brittany. But I had another friend of ours signed up through me for the trauma certification, and I earned a commission on that. I signed her up because I was passionate about it. I had a relationship with it. I had paid for it myself. I saw my life change. I shared it. I earned a commission, and now I support her as she's taking the trauma certification. Similar to how this is starting. You get started with oils with me. I earn a $50 commission. As you continue to use oils, as you continue to be supported by me, I'm earning a commission. Again, that equal energy exchange. It's just energy. That's all that it is. Why are we looking at it as gross? Like, it makes sense. It makes so much sense that you would be well taken care of for contributing and serving and supporting in that way. And then from there, if they decide to sell oils, you're also earning a commission on that. They're also earning a commission. So it's not like, oh, you signed someone up and now I'm going to go earn all this money. No, we're both earning money on this now. Like, right? It's that ripple effect. It's that soup that we're all adding to. So we all have this ability and this, opportunity available to us. The thing I love about network marketing, one of the things that Autumn and I, as again, we felt called back to the home. We felt called really we had been building businesses for a while of like, oh, wow, this is awesome. But like, what about life? What about experiencing? What about my family? What about being present with my kids? What about, being able to have the night off and go be with my partner? Like, our business models were a lot of like, I have to launch, I have to create, I have to, do, where we wanted to start bringing in a residual income. What residual income means, which is only possible through network marketing, affiliate marketing, you kind of have this income producing activity that you do, right? You do the income producing activity from there. So I signed someone up. I walked them through the process. I talked them in DMs. We have a relationship. I've shared with them. I've answered some questions for them. They get signed up. And now every time they're ordering, I'm earning a commission as they're getting their products, and so on and so forth. And again, the ripple effect from there. So the beautiful thing about it is, like, if I launch a course, for example, in my coaching business, I get that initial, income by providing them a service, by providing them access to something on my lip. That was really weird. What's happening? Ew. Ew, what was that? Gross. By providing them a service, by getting them connected to a product, by helping them find a solution, right? I've provided them a solution. They've invested in me. We've exchanged that energy. They get the product or they get the service. The income stops there. That's it from there. Okay. So now I have to launch again and I have to get someone else connected versus residual income. It's like that ripple effect. It's consistent. It's continual. It continues to build over time. Now, another thing that I will say sets us apart, because I know that there's a lot of network marketers out there that get started, they get a bunch of people started. This happened in our last company. I watched this happen a lot after I left. I watched a lot of people still earning money that weren't actually working the business anymore. They were like, oh, well, I have all this residual income, but I'm not helping people. I'm not supporting people because I don't want to work that business anymore, but I'm still going to earn money from them. That to me is out of integrity. To each their own, zero judgment. But when for example, if Autumn and I decided to not do essential oils anymore for some reason, we're not going to keep earning money from you and be like, hey, bye, bitch, like, bye, see ya, and like leave you hanging high and dry. No, we promised you support. We promised you resources. If we were to leave, we would cancel so you could go to someone else that would be able to support you, right? Like, it's not just about how do I earn money? It really is like, we're cultivating community. We're cultivating connection. We're building experience together. We're bringing opportunity in and potential in and helping you tap into that. So I feel like I need to say that because I just see that happen so often where people are like, oh, I'm excited about this. And they get you signed up and then they're gone. And you're like, wait a second. And you feel abandoned. To me, that's completely out of integrity. And so to us, with integrity being one of our core values, we are here to show up for you. And if for some reason that shifted one day where we're like, you know what, we don't have the capacity for this anymore, or we're feeling called out of it, or whatever it might be, we're going to walk through that together and we're going to have a plan. So do I see that happening? No, but I also think it's important to mention, because I think that network marketing has become this thing where people kind of try it on and then they leave it and they're just like, meh, whatever. And no judgment. If it doesn't feel good for you, honor that, but don't keep collecting a paycheck. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes beautiful sense.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I love the, residual income. You get to make money while you sleep, as you build things. And that's awesome. And again, that takes time to build. So you have to be
Mhm.
patient. There's other ways like, in the beginning when you're not earning a lot of money from network marketing yet, or even in your coaching business or whatever you're doing online, however you're, making money, how are you being compensated in other ways, right? Are you fulfilled? Are you
Mhm.
supported? Are you having fun? Is it bringing you joy? Is it making you feel alive? Is it feeding you? Is it fueling you? Or is it like, God, this is depleting me. I hate
Mm.
this. This is miserable. I will tell you no amount of money will make that worth it then. Trust that. If it doesn't feel good for you, don't do it.
Mm. 100% a fucking men. So, what if you're new to oils, right? Like, what if you're feeling into this? You've landed upon the Salt, Sage, and Wild Roses community. You're feeling called and pulled into either a community or utilizing them in your business or as a revenue stream, but you're not super familiar with them. You're like, I kind of know, I kind of like diffuse them. I've heard of them, but I don't really know a whole lot about them. And there's a lot of them. And
Mhm.
I'm just new here. That's perfectly fine. You do not need to be an expert by any means when you're joining. Okay. You don't need to have like a degree and a PhD in oils and aromatherapy before you are allowing or deciding or choosing to infuse this into your already thriving business or starting an oil business on its own. The beautiful thing again is we're creating so many resources here for you to make this an easier experience for you. We want to take like that legwork off, although like it's just gonna be a process. It's gonna kind of be like a learn as you go. You
Mhm.
might dive into it and get all of the aromatherapy books and all the oil books and like deep dive into it. And we do share about some of those resources as well for you. And also, it might be like a slow burning candle. Like you might kind of get a few oils and research them and look at them. You might dive into some of this stuff on the website. You might look at some books and you might really learn and dive into it over time. And you might just go all the way in right from the start. Like whatever your heart leads you to is beautiful. But again, like we're going to have so many resources here for you to help you just like deepen your knowledge. And again, you're going to learn as you go with your starter kit. So we actually, and I think we already mentioned this briefly before here, but we created like an oils education 101 type class. It's a live video over on our Salt Sage and Wild Roses Instagram page. A lot of the oils, actually all of the oils that we went into are either in the US premium starter kit or the Canadian premium starter kit. And so these are like the foundational oils that you're going to get and receive. So you can go right there because those are going to be the first ones you're starting with. So that's a very like that's probably the best place that you can begin. So go
Mhm.
and like just watch the video. Just take some notes if you want to really allow yourself to like learn some different uses
Mhm.
for these oils and understanding them and again once you take them you buy them you purchase them you use them in your own life you read some of these books you kind of dive into some of these resources you watch our video you're going to learn things that you've never learned about before and you're going to try them and then you're going to be like wow I had no idea I could utilize these oils for so many things outside of just diffusing them in my diffuser at home. So really allow yourself to again like Olivia said last in the last little bit here was allow this to feel fun and expansive and exciting for you.
Mhm.
You know it's going to be a process again, so give yourself a lot of grace, a lot of time, a lot of space. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to be an expert overnight.
Mhm.
It's going to be a little bit of a process, but I promise you you're going to learn, you're going to catch on, you're going to find yourself falling in love with specific oils and you're going to see yourself using it. So for instance, like she said, like with peppermint, like that's like I love peppermint. If you have cramps and you have headaches and you have like if that sticks in your mind, you're like wow, that really was supportive for me, that really helped me, and it sticks with you. You remember that. So it's not like you're going to university where you have to study all of the things. It's just over time you grab some oils, you learn about them, again some books, some different calls that we have, dive into those over time, and you will learn it's okay to be there.
I love that. And we all started there.
Yeah,
That's exactly how we all started.
exactly.
So true. So, what is the continued support like? do I get ongoing support? Do I have access to you guys? The answer is yes. So if you join Salt Sage and Wild Roses, you have access to Autumn and I inside of the private Facebook group and on our monthly gathering. We have a monthly gathering for just the community, and then also for those who are building a business. We'll have a support call for you there as well. So we're in the Facebook group, we're in conversation, we're bringing up reflective questions, we're holding space for some deeper exploration and reflection and kind of navigating resistance and navigating what's coming up for you. Again, we are passionate about community. This is about us working together. We want you to feel seen. There is no hierarchy. There is no like weird energy or competition or weird like catty shit. Like the sister wounds, the divine feminine, the wounded divine feminine, we're healing that every single day through what we're holding space for within Salt Sage and Wild Roses. So you have access to us. We continuously create new resources as things are coming up consistently. It's like, oh, we keep getting this question, or this resistance keeps coming up. Let's do a podcast on it, or let's riff on it on a live, or let's, share it on our group gathering, or let's create a post on it. We want to continue the conversation with you, and we want you to feel very supported, very seen, and very held. Very important to us. So again, you've got access to resources like these different lives, these different calls, the different posts. You've got the business hubs. You've got all this beautiful business training, which again, you can utilize in any area of your business, not just essential oils, although it will definitely help you there. The support provided by being in the community itself. So again, we're in that community. We're in that private Facebook group, the monthly gatherings on virtual Zoom. The last one we had a meditation, then we had like a couple hours of like really rich conversation of like super controversial topics. And then we ended with a card pull, and it was super chill. And we were just talking about energy and talking about all these different things that we're navigating right now. And it was really beautiful, kind of that one-on-one intimacy, but also having that group support and being able to be in that sisterhood and that gathering together. Again, doing this in a way that feels so good for you, like that is something we're going to continuously remind you of like, hey, how is this feeling for you? Like what's coming up in your body for you as you're doing this? Like, where's the resistance? What is it that you're noticing, right? Are you in tune? Are you embodied? Are you connected to yourself? Or are you getting swept up in the mind and you're spinning out? And we bring you back to center so that you can really attune to yourself, to your body, to her wisdom, to your energy, to your nervous system, and to your desires versus being hooked into something else that's not actually serving you. So that will definitely be something that we do. Again, we're here to support you. So we keep open lines of communication in the group. We do our best to serve you, to support you, for you guys to serve and support each other. So everyone has gifts. Everyone has magic in the group. All of us have our own kind of unique essence and what we infuse into this. So everyone brings a little something, like a little spice. And then it might be where you might have a message coming through and you share it with the group. And it's like someone was like, holy shit, I needed to hear that. Or, you might be like, hey, I got this new oil and I tried it this way. And someone might be like, oh my God, that's exactly what I've been looking for. Like we all have something to contribute. So it's a collaborative, co-creative community. Again, no hierarchy. You're not doing any of this alone at all. At all. So you've got access to us, we've got the resources, and then you also have access to our upline, the person that I enrolled with, the person that we're kind of under. If you look at kind of that team, this kind of, I almost look at it as like a family tree of like all these different coaches and mentors. They have more resources than I can even like wrap my head around. And you have access to all of that as well if you're signing up with us through oils. Now, if you're part of another team and you're just signing up for the $50 a month, I unfortunately can't give you access to those. You still have access to our resources, but those are more for like that oil community because we're all benefiting from that team volume, that team commission as well. So you have access to all of this. Again, you can kind of stay as long as you want. You can leave when you want. You can kind of flow. Like, again, does it feel expansive for you? Does it feel supportive for you? Does it feel aligned for you? Beautiful. And if it doesn't, we love you. Our doors are always open and we respect you doing whatever is best for you. So, yeah, that's what that looks like.
So now why join Salt Sage and Wild Roses? Like what's different about this brand and this specific community? I'll say here as well that if the reason why we feel it's important to share this is because we want you to feel in alignment with joining this community. We want you to be able to see all parts of it and be fully on board and saying, okay, I feel in my body that I'm in resonance with who they are, what they stand for, and what's a part of included inside of this experience. We want you to feel good about that. We want you to feel really clear about that. And so for us, like that's how we've really allowed ourselves to align with such soul aligned people and community members and relationships and women, is really being clear about who we are and what we stand for. And if you're not called here and what we stand for is not in alignment with you, we honor that, we celebrate you, and that's beautiful too. That's completely okay. But what makes us different, what makes the Salt Sage and Wild Roses community unique and individual here is, and we've mentioned this a few times, but just really driving this home, is that we have a trauma-informed approach. So we're really supporting you in growing a business, and whether, again, infusing that into your current business, and you can take these same practices and principles and infusing this into your current businesses, or as a business and brand all on its own, we're doing this through the lens of our own coaching and our own past experiences, really looking at the things that worked and the things that we really love and the things that we are drawn to and the things that we aren't. The things that didn't work for us, the things that hurt, the things that caused us pain and trauma, and are things that we don't want to perpetuate, we don't want to add in, right? So we keep pointing you back to yourself. We keep bringing you home to you. And so that in itself, I know from my own experiences, I've worked with a lot of clients as well within my coaching business who are from and within network marketing as well. I know how rare this is. And so this in itself makes us so different. And that might not be what you want. You might not want that at all. And I totally honor that as well. But it's also within our values. And you can find these values anytime that you want, right on our website, on either of our websites, I guess, specifically. Eventually we'll have a combined website, but for now, there is a page on both of ours individually. And basically it's what we stand for. It's what we rally behind. It's what we infuse into our community, into our calls, into our gatherings, into our messaging, into our conversations, into the podcast. And it is safety, sovereignty, and embodiment, humanness, freedom, permission, and individuality, integrity, honesty, and authenticity, community, heart-centered, and unity consciousness, as well as joy, pleasure, play, and vitality. These pieces are so important that, again, this mold and is the foundation of everything it is that we do and what we stand behind and what we talk about and our conversations and every little piece of it. So if you're joining us, it will probably be because these are very similar values that you hold very near and dear to you as well. The benefit also of being a part of the Watering Well and the community, without even needing to sell a single thing, if you don't even want to, is that you have our Facebook community, right? You have our Watering Well. So we have conversation, we're giving thought-provoking questions, we're connecting, there's sisterhood, there's resources. We have like the actual individual meditation on its own, like that in itself is worth your $50 a month. Like for real, like these things, like the calls, the replays, the access, the support, just having a safe space to process, to be heard, to celebrate, to move through things, that in itself is so worthy of the exchange, even if you sell not a single thing. You also will get the business hub and the resources. So think of it as like this membership site via Facebook. Think of it almost as like a mini program, or actually probably by the time this is done, it could be a whole program on its own. Like maybe we need to sell that and package it up as a program, but for real, like there is going to be all these different trainings on honoring your capacity and embodiment and energy and doing this in a soulful way, healing your trauma. Like there are so many resources, and this is just now. Like I can't even predict quite yet where it's going to be in 3 months or 6 months or a year from now, the type of resources and support that will be available to you. So that in itself, for joining with Oils or joining for $50 a month, is absolutely mind-blowing, accessible, and incredibly powerful, especially if you have Okay. Just my internet crapped out there for a second. So we're just going to keep going from where we are and where we were. So I think where I was leaving off here was saying, I don't know where we're going to be in 3 months or in 6 months or in a year from now in the resources that we have available for you. But I know that for right now, we have such an abundance, such a plethora of resources and support and guidance available for you in the Business Hub itself. So then you can really feel supported in growing a business that feels authentic and aligned for you, as well as we have our monthly gathering slash like live meetup. So this is where, again, we're going to gather on Zoom and our conversations open. Like it might be about oils and it might not be about oils. It might be about running your business. It might have nothing to do with running your business. Most likely it's really on and just cultivating conversation, being within support, being in with sisterhood, bringing up the nuances of your life and diving into that, helping you really do the embodiment work and anything really that is within our values that I just shared. Those are really like the topics and conversations that I notice come up within these spaces in our community and gathering a lot. So that in itself, again, having that space to be seen and heard, like a 2 hour, 90-minute to 2 hour gathering every month is, again, so worth that investment, so worth that energy exchange each month. It's so nourishing, so healing, and so supportive.
Mm.
Um, and then the final piece here really is like our juicy conversations in the community. It's really the experiencing of deep connection and having this opportunity to create lifelong relationships and friendships. Again, that's what me and Olivia were so drawn to when it came back to bringing network marketing into our life again and infusing it into our businesses. We love the community. I feel like we've said this so many times, but we really do. Like we really loved the friendships that come out of it, the lifelong relationships. We still have relationships and friendships that we cultivated in our past experiences and past network marketing companies. And that sticks with us, right? Like we love those and kind of connecting over these common desires, these common interests, common values really creates a strong, beautiful bond. So many like little different elements here that you can again feel into for yourself and weigh if those are important values to you too. And if those are things that you feel would be really supportive for you, if this was something that you were desiring to add into your repertoire as well.
So the next question that we want to address is, what if I want to join, but I don't want to sell anything? Like, I don't want anything to do with the fucking business model. You're like, no. And maybe you're like, not even, maybe it's forever. And you're like, never, ever. Or maybe
Mhm.
it's like, it just doesn't feel like it's totally calling me right now. But this community, this, discount, these products, like these things are calling to me. Is that allowed? The answer is absolutely on every single level. You, again, what feels good for you, what feels expansive for you, what's calling you, how does this feel in your body, and connecting with that. We honor, respect, and support that. In fact, we're going to continuously point you back there of like, when even if you ask a question, it's like, okay, well, let's feel into that. Tell me, like, how does that feel for you? Getting you really attuned, getting you really connected to yourself on such a deep level. And so, of course, you can join and you don't ever have to touch the business. I don't ever have to sell or share anything. You can just use it for you. And that's beautiful. In fact, like many of us started, I mean, Autumn and I've been using oils for years and we didn't
Mhm.
sell anything. We didn't really, I've shared little bits here and there just because I was passionate about it, but I never made a dime from it. I just was using the products in my own life and getting really used to them. So a lot of people start as just someone who's using oils in their lives. Maybe you're joining just because you want the discount. You're like 24% off, sign me up. I'm already ordering the things. I might as well get a discount. And maybe you're someone who's like, I just am really craving community. 2020 was really hard for me. I feel really isolated. I feel like I'm craving these nuanced conversations. I'm craving like someone to talk about these really controversial things where I can do so in a safe way and know that I'm not going to be judged or exiled for that, right? Maybe you're just craving some of these resources that Autumn's talking about for your own coaching business, but you want nothing to do with selling oils. Beautiful. All of it belongs. All of it has space. All of it is welcomed in our community. And we really are going to remind you what feels good for you. There's people that have like that crazy earning potential and they make multiple six figures a year through selling oils. There's people that weave this into their other businesses. There's people that do this just to cover their startup costs. Again, there's people that just do it for the discount, that just do it in order to be with the community. You get to do this in whatever way feels most resonant for you. Zero pressure, zero
Mhm.
questions asked. What do you want? What do you desire? Okay, cool. come join us. We'd love to have you if that feels really exciting for you.
Yeah. So now, how do you get started? If you have been feeling into this, right? And you're like, this feels so good for me. We want to help you get started and really take that next step. So, where do you go from here? First and foremost, feel into the energy of what we have shared here with you today. Really feel into who we are and what we stand for and what we've shared with you and our values and our vision and the community that we felt or that we have built. Sorry. And feel into how that feels for you in your body, right? Keep coming back here, checking in with what you're noticing, what you're feeling, right? Not just like what you're thinking, like, oh, that sounds really good. How does that feel for you, right? When you check in with you. And if you need to like feel, sleep on it or take a moment, maybe you're an emotional authority and you don't want to be making a decision on a high or a low, like give yourself some space. We honor that. Whatever your jam is. Like if you have like that sacral authority and you're like, okay, I know it's an or nah, like I'm all in and you want to take action right now, you absolutely can do that as well. Like trust yourself here, but feel free to be in your own process. No pressure, no ickiness, no nothing like that. Just take your time, and you can reach out to us. So basically, like if this feels really exciting for you, trust in that. As in getting started, what this would look like is you would be getting a starter kit. So as we were sharing, there's premium starter kits. There's also different starter kits as well that you can look into and feel into, depending on maybe you've already had oils or you have a lot of those things and you don't want to duplicate them. There are some other ones available too as well, but reach out to either me or Olivia, whoever has invited you into this workshop, or you can even reach out on Instagram and we can help you get set up. We can have a conversation. We can chat about what you need and what you're looking for. And then we can really just help you get set up with the best choice from there. If you want to just even go dive in on the Salt Sage and Wild Roses Instagram page, we do have both the links. You can click on either Olivia's page or my page, and then you can go right to the actual Young Living page itself.
Or again, whoever invited you.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Or I guess, yeah, if it's not me and Olivia, you can go into whoever invited you, of course. And so if you have any hesitations, if you have any questions, we're so happy to help. We're happy to address them. We want to make sure that you feel good again in your decision and you feel safe in making this decision and this investment and this choice. And again, I promise you that things are not weird. If you choose to get signed up through Olivia or you choose to get signed up through me, or you choose to sign up through like whoever invited you here, you're going to naturally probably feel pulled to one or the other of us or somebody else. So trust that, right? Again, this is like a team thing. Remember, like there's no weird energy, no weird anything. Like we honor all of it. We can caretake our own emotions. We can caretake ourselves. You don't have to worry about offending us or creating any icky energy. Like we got us, we're good. We want you to do what feels really, really good for you and feel safe in doing so.
Because who you sign up with is who you'll have like that deepest connection with. It's a
Yeah.
community thing, it's a team thing. We're all going to be in community together, which is friggin' rad. But it's also like who you sign up with is kind of that main person that's kind of like your go-to. So you just want to make sure that it's someone that you trust, someone that you respect, someone that you've got that relationship with. And again, if someone invited you here who's maybe in our downline, please reach out to them, right? Because again, there's integrity and there's this beautiful thing of like they've been cultivating that connection with you, that you guys have that relationship, and you'll still get access to Autumn and I fully within the Facebook group and on the call. And again, zero weird energy. I just feel like I always have to say that because it does feel weird of like, I feel like I have to choose someone. I don't want this to be awkward. It's only awkward if you make it awkward. None of us feel awkward. We're all like, hell yeah, more community members. Let's freaking do the damn thing. This is amazing. Really.
100%. Yes. So thank you for sharing that. So important. And then as well, we'll plug you into the watering well and the resources, and you can check in with what you have capacity for. If you just want to come into the watering well and you don't want to get into the business hub yet, like that's 100% okay. And, if you decide down the road that's something you want to dabble into, we'd be happy to add you into, but really feel into what you have the capacity for, what you want for the vision of building this business or infusing this into your life, and what it is that you need to feel supported and held with. And yeah, we will basically just start getting you familiar with the tools and plugging you into the calls and the resources and all of that. So I think that's pretty much everything.
Yeah.
We covered all.
Thank you all for being here today. I hope that that was like condensed and digestible enough. Take time, be with it, process it. Like Autumn said, check in with your authority if you're a human design junkie like we are.
Mhm.
I'm self-projected, so I got to talk it out and then I make my decision from there. Autumn's got to ride her emotional wave and make the decision from there. So be with it, and
Yeah.
we would love to have you. You can reach out to us, like I said, like she said, on Instagram at Olivia Celine, at Autumn Benset, or at Salt Sage and Wild Roses, or whoever whoever invited you here today. We'll get you started in whatever way feels best for you and talk about the different options. And then we'll get you plugged into our next call. So we have a monthly gathering every single month. I think it's the third Tuesday of every month right now. And so we'll get you plugged into that and make sure that you have the link and you can get started. And we're just so excited to have you.
Mm.
And if this doesn't feel good for you and you're like, not really my jam, or yeah, too much, or oh, this energy was not good. I mean, I'm sure you've left by now, but we honor that. You do what feels best for you. We respect you. We love you. We adore you. We celebrate you. We rally behind you. There are so many wonderful people within Young Living and other companies that are wonderful to get started with. And you've got to do what feels best for you. And so we hope to see you inside of Salt Sage and Wild Roses. If that did feel really aligned for you, and we can't wait to get to know you more. Yeah.
Mm.
Awesome.
Okay.
We love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
See you next time.